Hi everyone, so today I just wanted to talk about methods I've used to improve my depression because I think a lot of the things I've done to treat my depression can work for the vast majority of people. Now, I say improve depression, not completely cure, but it's gone from the point where I could, I just struggled to get out of bed, I didn't want to do anything, I felt miserable all the time, and I could hardly get any work done. But now I feel much better. Usually when I wake up, I feel motivated, energetic, I want to get work done, and I've been putting out a lot more videos. Overall, I've just clearly been a lot more productive. And I do still have some pretty low days where I feel terrible and miserable, and things can feel like a roller coaster ride at times. But there's been a clear upwards trajectory in my mood. So a lot of these things I've found work on a sort of negative feedback loop. There are an innumerable amount of things that can trigger depression, bad diet, lack of exercise, horse shit that's happened to you in your life, getting sick, family tragedies, different things can cause it. But depression can cause some lifestyle changes, and those lifestyle changes can also contribute more to your depression. So you get a negative feedback loop. It's sort of like a downward spiral. And one of these things is definitely eating more junk food. I'm one of those people who, if they feel terrible and, I just want to feel better real quickly, oftentimes I do use junk food as sort of comfort. And that's definitely terrible for depression. Depression does have a link to inflammation, and if you're eating heavily processed junk foods, which are definitely pro-inflammatory, that can definitely make depression worse. So your food choices may not have caused depression in the first place, but your depression, moved you towards, some, worse food choices, and then those poor food choices just feed more into your depression. So you just have to kind of break the cycle. Even though you might be really fucking tempted to eat junk food, have like donuts or candy or something, because you're just feeling like shit, you want some comfort, the best thing is just fruits, vegetables, beans, nuts, legumes, whole grains, just sticking to a clean eating regimen. It prevents this negative feedback loop from happening. And when you're eating cleaner, you just have more energy throughout the day. And again, there is an issue of productivity with depression. If you do have to get a lot of work done and you're eating junk food that might give you a quick burst of energy, but then you just crash later, that again can make depression worse. When I'm not productive and I see that, I want to get work done, but at the same time I just can't do it because I'm not motivated, I have no energy, that can also feed into my depression. So just making sure you eat clean, whole plant foods all day long, really fucking helpful. That change I noticed immediately. It improved my mood, energy levels. And also exercise. Again, exercise plays into this anti-inflammatory sort of response for helping depression. And just moving around a lot, getting exercise, it can release endorphins, feel-good chemicals. And again, it can be very difficult to get out of bed if you're depressed, but it's another negative feedback loop thing. If you get depressed, even if a lack of exercise didn't cause your depression, the depression can cause a lack of exercise. And then if you don't exercise, you're not getting those feel-good chemicals, you're not getting the anti-inflammatory benefits of exercise, and it can make your depression worse. So it's really fucking hard to do, but you have to make yourself move. And what I found is it can be very hard to motivate yourself to make positive lifestyle changes. But if you look at depression from the standpoint of it's something that you can actually treat and manage and control, and there are things that you can do to get over your depression or improve it, then that might make it a little bit easier for you to handle those mental challenges of just getting out of bed, getting to the gym, making good food choices. And I think these diet and lifestyle changes are pretty obvious. It's just conventional wisdom that, okay, obviously if you're eating cleaner and exercising more, chances are your depression will improve. But what a lot of people don't know or focus on is mental training. So negative thoughts can also feed back into depression, sort of like how poor food choices can also feed back into depression. When you're depressed, it's very easy to focus on negative thoughts. So using me as an example, when I get depressed, I become unproductive. I can't get as much work done. I have a hard time going to the gym if I go to the gym at all. And then I can dwell on these negative thoughts, like thinking I'm fucking lazy, like other people have it harder than me. I should just work anyway, but I just can't, so I must be weak and lazy. But that's just a really, bad way of thinking. It's just going to feed into your depression more if you think like that. So again, just like with the diet and exercise, it creates a negative feedback loop where your depression causes negative thoughts. Those negative thoughts feed into your depression becomes worse, more negative thoughts, more depression. So you have to break that cycle. And the only way to do it is focusing on positive thinking. So instead of calling myself lazy for just being less productive, I should just recognize, like, okay, I have a mental health problem right now. I'm not going to be perfect. I'm not going to be as productive. But, I can use this as an opportunity. If I'm not going to be as productive anyway, maybe I should focus more on some things that I enjoy, that cheer me up, that make me happy. Maybe I should go out and ride my motorcycle a bit more, which always makes me happier. So when you think in that sort of mindset, you'll definitely notice your depression improving because your negative thoughts aren't feeding your depression anymore. And maybe you'll get to the point where, okay, I actually feel a bit better, so I'm more motivated to go to the gym or get work done. And, maybe your depression is still pretty bad, but, at least you've gotten to the point where you can improve your productivity, just become a more energetic, productive person. And rather than saying, oh, you know what, I'm still depressed, that workout I had was shitty, I'm being lazy, I didn't work out as hard as I could, or I didn't get as much work done as I should have today, rather than dwelling on those negative thoughts, look at it from the perspective of, okay, wow, I really improved. Focusing on positive thinking has at least gotten me to the point where I can get some more work done, I can at least get out of bed and get to the gym. And as you start making these more positive lifestyle changes and more positive changes to your thinking, gradually you will see your depression improving. And I've gotten to the point where I feel almost normal. Again, things can feel like a bit of a roller coaster ride for me. Depression is a complicated thing. It's not fixed instantly. It can take months or years to work on. But again, like I said, there's an upwards trajectory. And what you should take from this overall is that ultimately your state of being, your mental health, who you are as a person, how you feel as a person, it's a culmination of your daily activities, your choices, your food choices, the exercise you do, the work you do. And if you do more positive things and you think more positively, chances are you'll see more positive outcomes. It can be very fucking hard to get out of bed when you're depressed, but, think of it this way. If you do something positive, you don't just sit in bed all day and you get work done, you go to the gym, you eat better. Those are all positive things, and you won't feed into that negative feedback loop of depression. And when you do positive things will generally come back to you, and you'll think more positively. And at the same time, when you think more positively, you won't get all these negative thoughts that feed back into your depression, and you'll just start looking at the world and yourself in a more positive overall light. So I hope that information was helpful to you. I'd say if you are suffering from depression, try to focus on those things. Just recognize that your mental state is heavily it's heavily affected by just the choices you make and the thoughts you have inside your head. And you do have control over both of those things. You have control over what you do on a daily basis, and you have control over your own thoughts. So work on that. See if that helps with your depression. It's something that you have to practice and work on, so you're not going to be perfect at it right away. I've been doing this for a few months. I'm definitely not perfect at it, but it's a step forward. And if you like this video, maybe consider supporting me on Patreon. I have some funding perks you may find interesting. If you're looking for clothing, then check out the Vegan Gains store. Also, be sure to subscribe to my gaming and live streaming channel, Vegan Gains Live. And as always, keep making those vegan and depression gains.
What a relief! When will this poisonous product cease? This is another public service announcement. You can believe it or you can doubt it. Let us begin now with the cow. The way it gets to your plate and how.